Hello, welcome back. It's actually been a long time. Now, in this game, I'm going to be using my white and black angel decks by way of request of Hebe Cards, one of my viewers. He asked me to use white and black, and initially I was going to use Silver Quill from Strixhaven, but I decided to go with something closer to my soul, which is angels. White Black Angels from Kaldheim. So, this hand has a bunch of land, 2 removals, and a black angel, which can fly, of course. Not sure it's worth keeping, but I'm going to keep it. By the way, this video has audio problems, and I'm speaking to you in post. There will be parts of the video in which I'll be speaking directly from being in the moment, but right now I'm speaking in post. This part of the video, the very first part, was unfortunately compromised. So, my snow-filled sinkhole. These are snowlands. My deck uses snowlands. Now, snowlands are the same as a regular land for those who don't know. For the most part, it's just that any card that acts for snow, like tap 4 snowlands do this or that, I can use those. They don't really do anything particular in my deck because I don't play snow support for the most part. They're just kind of there for the look, a flavor win. Now, another thing I've been told is that people come, they watch my video to get entertained, but I don't explain things enough sometimes because for newer viewers specifically, they feel as though, they don't know what's going on, they're just watching. So I'll attempt to explain things the best I can. I use the Foretell archetype here. Foretell is an ability, the Foretell mechanic. This is an ability that allows me to pay 2 of any colored mana to place a card from my hand with the Foretell ability face down into my exile. Okay? And then I can play that card at a later time for a lower cost. It's Foretell cost. And in the case of Poison the Cup, which is naturally a 1 and 2 black card, by foretelling it for 2, later on I can play it at instant speed for 1 and a black. Overall, it ends up costing 4, as you can tell, but it's worth it. My Valkyrie Sword, because it scries as well. My Valkyrie Sword. When it enters the battlefield, I can pay 5 more mana to create a 4/4 angel and attach it to it, but I just need it on the field right now, because I'm not going to have that much mana for a long time. Okay, this person, that was a, when this card dies, create a 1/1 green sparkling creature token. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to place this here. Let's see. I have enough to put out my Eradicator Valkyrie, so let's do that. It has flying and life link, so I'll gain life whenever it does damage to anything. I'll gain the same amount of life that I did. Nice little animation. Okay. It also has hexproof from Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers can't even hurt it, really. And it has Boast, an ability that says, after it attacks, during that turn, I can pay 1 of the black to sack a creature on my field to make my opponent sack a creature or a Planeswalker. Oh, they killed it, bastard. Okay, drag to the underworld, I understand. Fine. Keep drawing lands, that's not the greatest, but that's alright. What do I do here? Okay, so if I keep drawing these lands, I'm gonna have a hard time, but that's alright. Having lands are better than no lands. Now, most players, they usually use the snow lands for cards like Blood on the Snow, which allows you to tap like extra snow lands to board wipe, but I don't have Blood on the Snow. So I'll put out another copy of Valkyrie. Hopefully this one will survive. 4/3 is enough to block any gigantic card they try to put on the board. Bacon 2 up high. Destroy a creature. Bastard. Once again. Alright, that was my last creature. Now they have free reign to hit me, and I draw another land. And this is a tap land at that. Oh, if these tap lands weren't here, man. Poison the Cup. I need... should I? I could totally kill him now. But no, I feel like I should wait for something that's a little bit more dangerous. So I'll end my turn. What do you got? Oh, a Mana Dork. It's actually a good thing I waited. On place that draws a card. Yeah, I'm going to stack that here. And let's kill that before you get extra mana. I'd rather you stay locked. God lord, then I scry too, and of course both of the cards on top of my deck are lands. No, those are going to the bottom. With a scry, you're allowed to look at the top card of your deck equal to the number that the scry says, and then put those cards on top or bottom of your deck in any order. He does still get his draw because the card's effect was initiated. Puts out a Scorpion here. They're attacking with the 3-2. I'm gonna have to eat that. I mean, I could have stopped it, but let's see what I get. No, Glove and Pickaxe. Put this on the field. This gives a creature +1/+1. I'm not seeming to draw any creatures. I'm having trouble here. Again, I haven't really gotten to work on this deck in a while, so perhaps I'll need to work on it. What shall they do? You'll have to excuse the barking in the background. There's a dog. Okay. It's a mutate. They're going to attempt to place this card on top of the card that it's targeting to mutate it into something stronger. I will respond by killing the hell out of that card. You gotta go. Good thing I held up that Poison Cup. I do take 2 damage though. Unfortunately, it seems like the card itself still hits the field. If you cast a spell for its mutate cost, put it under or over a target non-human you own, blah blah blah. So it's still being cast, so it comes out even if you get rid of the card, it still comes out. How crazy. Alright then. My Valkyrie here. I'll pay her extra ability. Exile a creature from my graveyard. And she comes out a lot quicker. Unfortunately, there's really no way for me to stop myself from losing here. I am in that type of situation. My best bet is to put my Valkyrie sword onto my card, allow me to at least double kill with the 4. They have too many cards in their hand. There's no way I'm surviving. I would have to have vigilance in order to survive. I do believe this game is going to be a loss. I got land flooded, unfortunately. Extremely land flooded. And they baked me into a bye. And with that, that is the game. Swing in. And that's GG. Unfortunately, I took the loss. Alright, we return. Once again, I'll be trying my Fallen Grace deck. I've made some changes since our first game, including chopping down the lands. It turns out my lands were at 26. I made this a long time ago when I was still just starting Magic, so, you know, yes, there was that. I also put in a couple more removal cards, 2 more for enchantments and 2 more for creatures. This should give me, yes, the ability to actually play early. As you can see, I have a couple 2 taps here that are actually playable. Alright, if I could just draw another land, it should be good, but this is respectable at least. I've got my snow-covered cards. Definitely thinking about throwing in, like Blood on the Snow, or some type of board wipe that makes up for having these snow cards. My deck is based on Cowdown specifically, so, you know, it works in a very particular way, because I'm using mainly Cowdown cards, and cards from that set in general. So, snow-covered swamp, snow-covered plains. We're going to go in for my Youthful Valkyrie. This is a 1/3, so it's a defender. It can fly because it's an angel. And whenever another angel enters the battlefield, she gets a +1/+1 counter. So I simply need to draw another plains, or any mana for that matter. But looks like they're going to play Merfolk's Secret Keeper, which will force me to mill. I don't know if they're actually playing mill, but they are playing over 100 cards. Oh boy. Players that have such high numbers. Who knows? 0-4. Luckily, I should be able to get over that because I can fly. I did not draw the land, but I did draw my Valkyrie, which has 3/2. And it's... By exiling a creature in my graveyard, rather than paying this card's mana cost, I can bring it out for 1 and white. And since they milled me, I do have a creature in my grave, so I gotta thank them. So I'll exile this and attack. It didn't hit the field. I'm very... Okay. Let's play this now. Exile a creature card. Exile. Oh, okay, I misclicked. Alright, that's fine. And an angel hit the field, so now she's 2/4. This should force them to want to deal with one of these two angels, or else it's 5 points of damage a hit. Obviously, that puts them on a clock, a 4-turn clock. They will have to deal with these, or put out a flyer, or something with reach. Really the only options. They could alternatively get 3 mana out, throw out some type of enchantment that gives them free advantage. That is also possible. It's irony that after taking out 2 lands and putting my lands at 24, which is still very high, I'm now having trouble drawing lands. Luckily, I only need 1 more land to, essentially get the deck to move again. What's this? This is Descend Upon the Sinful. It's a 6-tap card, dear God. It exiles all creatures. That is a board wipe. Alright. Yeah, they're playing a mill strategy. Each opponent mills 2 cards. When this card's come out, then they scry. Okay. They're scrying a lot because they have 100 cards, so they're not going to draw exactly what they want. They're attempting to mill me out. That is their goal. Interesting. That means I'm going to have to speed... They mill me into a land. That means I'm going to have to speed up on what I'm doing here. So, let's put forth this. My Starnhelm Aspirant, which makes it so that angels cost 2 less. This will make it so that next turn I'll be able to put out my Eradicator Valkyrie for just 2 black, unless they did. Is that Jace? You disrespectful bastards. Now, I obviously want to attack them, but if they're going to play Jace, he has to be dealt with. Alright, Snowfield. Really getting tired of those tap lands that do nothing. Okay. They're trying to force me to play in a certain way. I got something for your ass. Eradicator Valkyrie, get out there. She's flying and lifelink. Of course, it's a +1/+1 here. They hit me with a nice thank you. This, of course, means that I am going to have to deal with Jace effective immediately. And that was their goal, of course. But I cannot allow Jace to live. That can't happen. Sorry. He's got it.
Fortunately, I won't have to remember this.
Oh. What is this? Seville 1, which allows them to look at the top card of their deck and either send it to the graveyard, which I think they did, or keep it on top of the deck. This also can become a copy of a target creature card in the graveyard with mana value X or less. That means I need to kill that. They're going to mill themselves to get something really good into the grave. That's their goal. Alright, so for now, we are going to foretell this card. If you remember how foretell works, I pay 2 mana. This card gets exiled, and then when I wish, I can pay its foretell cost to get it out. I will also foretell this card as well. This is a foreteller because my opponent now knows there are 2 cards that I can play in my hand that are going to do something very significant. They just don't know what they are, as these cards get exiled face down. It's facial feature time. Attack. 1, 2, 3. This leaves them with 4. Obviously, this is it. They either do a board wipe, he says good game, and he might explode his face. Whoa. Target player shuffles graveyard into the library, draw 1. Yeah, that was their final move, and they explode their face. It started off a little shaky, but I did, in fact, get the deck working again, essentially. We, of course, have 1 to 2 more games to go. Thank you. Let's see what this person is about. I actually got 3 land here. That's good. That's quite good. Alright, here we go. Of course, I managed to draw into both of my Great Halls, so my land is being strange as always. We'll start with a snow-covered plains. I just want to be sure that if anything weird happens, I could destroy an enchantment. They're playing white. White is known for enchantments. The fact that they're not putting anything out means they want to counter me. Okay, that's their goal. Well, let's get an idea of what you're doing. I have Fracture, which allows me to destroy a target enchantment, planeswalker, or artifact. If you couldn't tell, I don't like the opponent's planeswalkers. So, Welcoming Vampire. Flying whenever one or more creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. That is amazing. Good card. What I'm going to do in response to such a thing, I don't have any 3 taps, so I don't really have a reason to place out my 3rd planes, because then that makes it so that on my next turn, when I need my 4th mana, which is the mana that's supposed to start me moving, I won't have what I need. 2 Welcoming Vampire, okay. I need to remove those, but I did not draw any removal. They're also going to now gain a life every time. So okay, they have a ETB deck, a deck that activates when things hit the field. I do not care for the sinkhole that's coming out of my deck, but I will need it in order to move ahead here. So I will play it for now. I'll place out my Redain, God of the Worthy, a 2/3 flying vigilance god. Snowlands the opponent controls will enter tapped. Some people will play Snowlands because Blood on the Snow is a board wipe, so they'll use that as their board wipe. It also has non-creature spells my opponent cast. They have a mana value of 4 or greater, cost 2 more to cast. So this will make so that they can't play any bombs immediately. There's an enchantment. Alright. Whenever a creature, ETB. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, I take a damage. Under their control, that is. Good lord, these tap lands are killing me. I only play 4 actual tap lands that come out tapped, have to, but the deck is acting as though I play a lot. It's unfortunate. What I do have is Break the Spell, which of course will allow me to destroy an enchantment. Alright, that worked out. Now let's place snow-covered plains. My Eradicator Valkyrie, come on out. I cannot afford to attack, as my attack would be blocked. Even with my vigilance, it doesn't really matter. What is needed, next turn I'll be able to place this out, which can attack. But that depends on what they do on their turn. Remember, they draw a card every time they put out a creature, and they gain a life. They draw 2 cards, in fact. So, will they handle my card, or will they try to move their strategy ahead? With 5 land, they have enough to do either. Both, probably. They're going to draw their card. That's a 5 tap? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. When it enters the battlefield, create a number of 1/1 white tokens equal to your devotion to white. Pretty smart. This is when I would need a board wipe. But unfortunately, I do not seem to have anything like that, and my deck just keeps giving me these tap lines. Alright, that's something I'll have to work out, of course. It gives me an idea, though. They're going to go wide. That is their goal. I could at least attack in the air. If they attempt to block it, they will lose one of their flyers, which is actually very important. I also have lifelink, so I'll gain 4 life if they do block this. They are going very wide. They're planning on trying to end this game by way of just attacking with 1,000,000 creatures. This also tells me I'll need multiple board wipes in my deck to be able to handle these people. They're disgusting. Second copy of this does nothing really. I think that might also come out. I'm editing the deck as I play. What's going to happen here is I'm going to put out my Valkyrie sword. I don't know how much mana they're expecting a guy to have. There's really not much I could do to stop them from just overwhelming me with attacks. If I had the ability to kill the Welcoming Vampire early, I would have. I'm going to have to put some really low, easy kill cards into the deck. And black has enough to be able to do so, so I will do that. For now, though, I'll place my sword onto my Valkyrie to attempt to kind of pad, if you will, how much damage I'm going to take and crack back here. Attack in the air, since there's nothing else to do. What am I going to sit there? This one is probably going to be a loss, but alright. As long as these two keep hitting in the air. Okay, so this is Future Mercury. The audio in the video is, as I've said before, kind of screwy at certain points, so I'll speak from here. So they currently have out 1/1 that allows them to gain a life every time something hits the field. Every time a creature hits the field. And of course they have, once again, this damn enchantment out. Even though I killed the first one. This damn enchantment that says, of course, I take a damage every time they put a creature onto the field. So now they'll gain a life every time a creature hits the field on their side. And I'll take a damage every time a creature hits. They have a million creatures over there. They're now attacking here. Looks like they're coming at me with 4 of those. One of that guy. A 4/4. That 4/4 is dangerous. I'm going to take my 2/3. And I'll block this 1/2 here. Yes. Alright, this does cause me to take a nice amount. 19 left, that's fine. Bishop of Wings. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. I could actually use that. I'm going to put out my Bishop of Wings. Okay. And, flying. You know what? Whoa, that's actually crazy. Huh. I'm going to flip this over onto its backside. While this is out on its backside, if I would take a damage... No, it's more like if I take damage, to take off 1 of that damage. It's pretty good. That'll help me right about now. And then I'll attack in the air for a 6 and a 4 flying. The only way to stop me is for them to block with their flyers. Are you going to block? They're going to block 1. They're going to block my 6, of course, so they'll take the 4. I gained a life regardless, so I'm going to gain that 6 from the life link. My Eradicator Valkyrie. Yes, once again, if a source an opponent controls would deal damage to me or one of my permanents, prevent 1 of that damage. That's pretty good. Oh, not another one of these things. Okay, so they're going to put that out. That's going to give them a million tokens again. And of course, all those tokens entering means they're going to go up to 27. Here we go. And this reminds me of that one video with Cell, versus the Fist of the North Star guy. And it's just like, wah, 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 hitting Cell in his chest and he didn't give a shit. So, yes. Nope. No damage. If any damage you're doing is only dealing 1, that damage is completely canceled thanks to my shield. No. Attacking with the 4/4 as well. They're trying to get me to block. Our life points are pretty similar. Let's see this guy. When he attacks, he gets +1/+1 or something. Yep. But they are gaining a lot of life and kind of canceling out the damage I'm doing to them. As for blocking... Let's see... Going to block here. Stopping their 2/3. Fine. Those creatures are attacking from off the screen. I've got to find a way to get over there. Like, can I, pull this or whatever? To see those? Maybe I'm, touching the wrong part or something. Alright. Oh, that's just what I needed. Poison the cup. Allowing me to kill off 1 creature. It will cost me 3, and I barely have any mana, but I think it's worth it. Because that damn angel dude or whatever he is, the one that gives life, he needs to die. He needs to die, effective immediately. Alright, let's see here. Let's pull this over. Yeah, you. Poison the cup. I'm not going to foretell it. I'm going to go right for its ability. And let's kill that guy. You die now. They're reading it. Death. Alright. I could use Fracture, but it's not worth it. It's definitely not worth the Fracture. Instead, I'll attack in the air as I have been doing. This should work out pretty well, actually. Okay. Yes. Alright, that gains me my life. They're down to 21. And as long as I keep these two up, I can block problematic attacks that aren't just one. As my shield blocks all the ones. What is this? Pay 2 life. It's a 5/5. I don't really care what it does, but it's a 5/5. And that is problematic. My best defense is a 4. Yeah, no, I don't care about your little fireball. Another hoplite. They want more creatures. Oh, they get even more tokens. Okay, so that's fine. Of course, they'll attempt to do damage. Okay, they draw their card. Drawing is actually a pretty good effect, truthfully. Let's see here. What's this? Impact Tremors. Battle. Oh, Impact Tremors. That's an interesting card. Nope. Nope, nope. I mean, where things stand, that 4/4, that's the thing actually doing damage to me. I'm not really worried about anything else on their board. They get a million more. Of course, when they attack, that red goblin's going to create them like tons of tokens. But that doesn't matter either. Swinging in with a 4/4 and a 3/4. I'm going to take my 1/4 and block this 3/4 since it can easily block it. I might just have to take the 4/4 to the face. It's cool, man. My turn. Draw. Oh my god. Did I actually draw this? Retribution. Oh, this card is really good. It like creates a 4/4 Angel Warrior. This is a saga. For those who don't know, it's an enchantment you put on the field, and then every turn it gets a lore counter, and another effect will activate depending on the lore counters. 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Creates an angel on the first lore counter. I can tap angels to kill cards on the opponent's field with the second lore counter, and on the third, angels I control get double strike into the end of the turn. This is immaculate. Yeah, this is going out immediately. Of course, the first lore counter activates. I get an angel. If an angel hits the field, I gain 4 life, making back what I just lost. I might have just found a counter to this guy. All right, let's swing in. You know how to do. You know the drill. Yep, he only has the 1 flyer. So if you want to block, you can lose your only flyer and your draw power. I mean, will not stop you. He takes it. He's going down to 9. I'm up to 47. I was talking initially about how I would need a board wipe to deal with this whole thing, but turns out just going defensive sometimes works out just fine, for real, for real. What do you do? What is that? Opponent can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Okay. I don't cast spells from anywhere other than my hands, so it's all good. Another welcoming vampire. Okay, so he's trying to reestablish his draw power. Trying to draw into something that could probably get him past my shield. He's got a lot of cards over there, man. Luckily, this card is actually amazing. Whenever another non-token creature I control dies, return that creature to my hand at the beginning of like the end step. And he exploded his face. He knew that he was unable to stop me there. And I've taken it. Thank you for watching. This was an insane game. Look at the field the opponent has. they've got like 14 1-1s there, 12 1-1s there, a 3-4, a 4-4, a 5-5, another 5-5. It's pretty insane. So please recommend this video to anyone that you think would enjoy seeing it. I thank you all for coming to watch along with me and play along with me. This card is absolutely ridiculous. Yes. So I'm probably going to play more of my Angels. And if you're interested in seeing that, subscribe and like this video to let me know. Thank you for watching. Oh, and leave. Aha.